everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1991 playoffs in Payoff Pitch Baseball. We're just about set for Game 3 of the American League Championship Series tonight. Fans are starting to file into Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and we are expecting a sellout tonight. So let's take a look at the brackets for the 1991 playoffs. In the National League, the Pirates have a dominant 2-0 lead over the Dodgers. Whereas in the American League, the subject of tonight's video, the Athletics hold a 2-0 lead over Kansas City. That could very easily be 1-1 for a bounce here or a ball there. So that's what we're getting into tonight as the series shifts from Oakland to Kansas City. With that, let's go meet the starting pitchers. First up, we'll meet the Athletics starting pitcher. Starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics is Mike Moore. 17-8 with a 2.96 ERA, 210 innings pitched, 176 hits, 11 homers, 105 walks, and 153 strikeouts in 91. His last appearance in this postseason was in the ALDS Game 2 against Minnesota, and he ended up with a no decision despite a pretty decent, well, I was going to say a pretty decent outing, but that was actually a rough outing as a whole for the team, as I recall that game. The bullpen for Oakland completely imploded in the bottom of the 8th, but we're not here to talk about ancient history in the ALDS. We are here for Game 3 of the ALCS. And with that in mind, let's move over and meet the Royals starting pitcher and take our first look at Kauffman Stadium. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, Mike Boddicker. 12-12 with a 4.08 ERA, 180 2/3 innings pitched, 13 homers, 188 hits, 59 walks, and 79 strikeouts in 91. His last appearance was a no decision in Game 2 against Toronto, when the Blue Jays tied that series at a game apiece. Kauffman Stadium is definitely a pitcher's park, especially to lefties. 1-9 on a wheelhouse on a ballpark check, 1-30 to righties. So any switch hitters will be batting righty to take advantage of a much less punishing wheelhouse. With that, we can move over to the main game area and check everything over there. The pregame festivities here at Kauffman Stadium are all wrapping up, so I think we're all set for this one. With that in mind, let's play ball. While the Royals start to get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at Oakland's starting lineup tonight. Leading off for the Athletics, we will have Mike Gallego at second base, Terry Steinbach is at first base, Jose Canseco is in right field, Ricky Henderson is in left field, Harold Baines is the designated hitter, Dave Henderson is in center field, Ernest Riles is at third base, Jamie Quirk is catching tonight, and Walt Weiss is the shortstop for Oakland. And that's the lineup Mike Boddicker is charged with keeping in control as Kansas City tries to battle back into this series. Leading off the game, we have Mike Gallego. He hit 7 of his 12 homers against right-handed pitching, and Boddicker is, of course, a righty. We're going to be using gold, blue, and white dice. Royals are the home team tonight. Game 3 of the ALCS. Must win for Kansas City. They cannot afford to go down 0-3. They would face elimination with a loss. A's hoping to make that happen. What will happen, and what story will the dice tell? The only way to know that for sure is to go to where every game starts, and that's the first pitch. 47 is going to be a tough 41. And Gallego is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That will be the first out of the inning. And with that, we are underway at Kauffman Stadium. Here's Terry Steinbach. He hit 3 of his 6 homers against right-handed pitching. Boddicker will look into McFarlane for the sign. Boddicker will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is an in-play 3, and against a righty, Steinbach will get a hold of that one, and he'll be hit into the gap, and he's going to be safe at second with a stand-up double. Here's Jose Canseco, 36 of his 44 home runs coming against right-handed pitching. Boddicker looking a little bit nervous. Kauffman Stadium buzzing. They're hoping for a good pitch. The A's, just like that, have something going on already. Boddicker will look in at McFarland for the sign. Boddicker will set. Here's the pitch. 10 is a ballpark check. 55, fortunately for Boddicker, is in play for a righty. 41 is going to be a ground ball over to first. That will be... Hang on. That'll be Cromartie getting to that one. He'll take it to the bag himself for the second out of the inning. And here's Ricky Henderson. 10 of his 18 homers coming against right-handed pitching in 91. Steinbach looking in at second for the play. Boddicker will get the sign from McFarland. He will set. Henderson will brace. And here's the pitch. 12 is a wheelhouse 34. And against a righty, Henderson will get just enough of that one to get that out of the infield for a base hit, and the A's will take an early lead. Henderson will make first. Steinbach will score on the play. The score is now 1-0 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Harold Baines. Baines hit 16 of his 20 home runs against right-handed pitching in 91. 1-0 Oakland. Top of the first. 2 outs in the inning. McFarland will give Boddicker the sign. Boddicker will set, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 5, and Baines is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, including a double by Steinbach. The score is now Oakland 1, Kansas City coming to bat. While the Athletics now start to get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Royals' starting lineup tonight. Leading off will be the designated hitter, George Brett. Kurt Stillwell is at shortstop. Danny Tartabull is in right field. Kirk Gibson is in left field. Warren Cromartie is at first base. Mike McFarland's catching. Bill Picotta is at third base. Terry Schumpert is at second base. And Brian McRae is in center field. That's the lineup Mike Moore has to deal with tonight. Let's see if the Royals come out with any kind of desperation being down 0-2. Leading off for the Royals in the bottom of the first is George Brett. 8 of his 10 home runs coming against right-handed pitching. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 23. Slider misses the zone. Ball 4. Brett will be on with the leadoff walk. Here's Kurt Stillwell. 5 of his 6 homers coming against right-handed pitching. The A's will go to double play depth. Brett has a jump of 2 against a hold of 8. They're going to hold him at second base, or at first base, even though Brett would be an excellent chance to steal. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. He'll glance over to Brett. Here's the pitch. 8 is a tough 24. And Stillwell's going to swing through a curveball for strike 3. And that will be the first out of the inning. Here's the ever-dangerous Danny Tartabull. 23 of his 31 homers coming against right-handed pitching in 91. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Oakland leading Game 3, 1-0. Moore will get the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 11 is a defense check. Somebody's got to play defense for Oakland. Let's see where that ball is being hit. It's a fly ball into center field. Going after that one on a range play is Dave Henderson. His range in center field is a C. He can't get that one, and that is going to fall in for a base hit. Runner will advance 2 bases, so Brett will make it to third. Tartabull will go to first. And there's now the Royals have something cooking as they've got runners on the corners with one out. And here comes Kirk Gibson, dangerous as ever. Gibson hit 14 of his 16 homers against right-handed pitching. The A's will bring the corners in. Moore seems to be taking his time a little bit trying to get the ball situated there. Wait a minute, wait. What's going on? Brett's making a break for the plate. Are the Royals really going to be that daring in this game? But the A's were waiting for something, and Moore gets the ball there quickly, and Brett's going to be tagged out. What a daring play by Kansas City, but it doesn't work for them. 2 outs in the inning. Stadium groans. Ugh. The Royals decided to try it, and they ended up getting burned on the play. 2 outs in the inning now. A risky call, but the Royals are willing to play aggressive on the base paths. Speaking of aggression, jump of 4 against the hold of 8. They're going to leave Tartable right there, especially now that there are 2 outs in the inning. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 12 is a ballpark. 80 is very much in play. Gibson is going to fly that one into center field. Dave Henderson ranging in for that one. He'll make the play on the run, and that will retire the side. Hit and a walk, and the Royals get greedy, but they get caught trying to steal the plate. And as such, the score will remain 1-0 Oakland after 1. Royals making a greedy play here, showing some desperation in Game 3. They don't want to go down 0-3 and face elimination on Thursday. Top of the second coming up, and we'll be looking at the second half of Oakland's order due up next. Leading off the top of the second for Oakland, Dave Henderson, the center fielder. 17 of his 25 home runs coming against right-handed pitching. Boddicker looking in at McFarland for the sign. Boddicker will wind up. Here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 40, and that's going to be ball 4. Henderson will reach as a changeup misses the zone, and Henderson will lead off the inning with a walk. That is the first free pass that's the first free pass that Boddicker has given up today. Here's Ernest Riles. The infield will go to double play depth. Riles hit all 5 of his homers against right-handed pitching. Henderson a jump of 5 against a hold of 9, but a D3, actually a D1? Apparently that's a thing. Henderson is going nowhere. The Royals aren't going to be trying, I don't think the A's are going to be trying anything with McFarland behind the plate. Boddicker will get the sign from McFarland. Boddicker will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is a tough 51, and that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Gibson. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here comes Jamie Quirk, his only homer coming against right-handed pitching. Boddicker looking into McFarland. Henderson staying close to the bag. Boddicker will get the sign from McFarland. He will set. Here comes the pitch. 6 is an in-play 38. That's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that one for the Royals is going to be Cromartie, ranging slightly to his left into foul territory, but he'll get that for the second out of the inning. And here's Walt Weiss. No homers against either side in 91. 2 outs in the top of the second. Boddicker hoping to limit the damage. He will get the sign from McFarland. Boddicker will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 17, and that's going to be ball 4. Curveball misses the zone, and Weiss will find himself on with a 2-out walk. Here comes Gallego back to the plate. Gallego struck out swinging his first time up. Kauffman Stadium suddenly nervous. Looking at Henderson at second, Weiss at first. Gallego at the plate. Boddicker will look into McFarland for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 33. And Gallego is going to try to do too much with a slider. He'll swing through it for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 2 walks, but the A's not able to do anything with it. The score remains 1-0 heading into the bottom of the second. Mike Moore finishes up his warm-up tosses as he's looking at the middle of the Kansas City order. Leading off the bottom of the second is Warren Cromartie. He hit his only homer against right-handed pitching in '91. Moore gets the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 58. That's going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting to that one is going to be Riles. He'll make the play across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Here's Mike McFarland, 8 of his 13 home runs coming against right-handed pitching in '91. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will wind up. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 83. That's a fly ball into center field. Dave Henderson ranging back for that one, but he'll have plenty of grass before the track for the second out of the inning. And here's Bill Pacoda. He hits 4 of his 6 home runs against right-handed pitching. Moore hoping for a nice, smooth 1-2-3 inning. He will get the sign from Quirk. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 65. That's going to be a ground ball over to third. Once again, ranging to his left for this one is going to be Riles. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Royals in the bottom of the second. Score remains 1-0 Oakland after 1. Top of the third coming up, and we'll be looking at the 2-3-4 of Oakland's order due up next. Boddicker will finish up his warm-up tosses as stepping into the batter's box to lead off the top of the third for Oakland. Terry Steinbach, he hit a double his first time up, and he scored the lone run today, I should say. Boddicker will look in at McFarland for the sign. Boddicker will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 57, and it's at the top of his range, but Steinbach's going to be on board again with a base hit. Here's Jose Canseco. The infield will go straight to double play depth. Canseco grounded out his first time up. Steinbach not a threat to do much on the base pass, and the A's are going to have a hard time with McFarland behind the plate. Boddicker will look into McFarland for the sign. Canseco will brace for the pitch. Boddicker will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 6 is going to be an in-play 19. And against a righty, Canseco will get a hold of that one, and that will be a base hit. That'll be a line drive into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So things continue. Oakland seems to be picking up where they left off in Game 2. Here's Ricky Henderson with nobody out. Henderson tonight is 1-for-1 with a single. Kauffman Stadium suddenly nervous. They're hoping for a good pitch. Boddicker looks over to Steinbach at second. Canseco at first. Ricky Henderson at the plate. Boddicker will look into McFarland for the sign. Boddicker will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be an in-play 17. And against a righty, Henderson will get a hold of that one, and that's going to be a base hit. A long single into the gap to center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second scores. So Steinbach will come in to score. Henderson will make first. Canseco will move up to second. And the score is now 2-0 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Harold Baines. Still nobody out. Baines tonight struck out looking his first time up. Canseco at second. Henderson at first. Fans very nervous at Kauffman Stadium. Boddicker looking a little bit shaky. Boddicker will get the sign from McFarland. He will set. Here's the pitch. 12 is a wheelhouse 26. And the game continues now with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to center field. Going back for that one is McRae. He's back to the track. Back to the wall. Runs out of space. And that ball is in the seats. And it is gone. Home run, Harold Baines. Oh. The score is now 5-0 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Dave Henderson. Henderson has a walk his first time up. The Royals are going to have to go to the bullpen already. They're going to get... they need long relief. They're going to get Mike Magnante warming up. Boddicker is just getting shelled tonight. He's going to start warming up already. Kansas City is in deep trouble. They cannot be... They are facing a murderer's row here of batters. This is not good for them to be down this much this early. Boddicker will look into McFarland for the sign. He will wind up. Here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a patient 87. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Getting to that one is going to be Stillwell. He'll make the play, and that's finally the first out of the inning for Kansas City. Stadium sarcastically cheers. Whoopee. Here's Ernest Riles. Riles today is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Boddicker gets the sign from McFarland. Boddicker will set. Here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 91. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. Tartable will get under that one. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Jamie Quirk. Quirk popped out his first time up. Boddicker hoping to get out of the inning with no further damage. Boddicker will look into McFarland for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 4 is going to be a tough 91. That's a ground ball over to second. Getting to that is going to be Schumpert. He'll throw it over to first, and that will retire the side. 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 hits, and a 3-run home run by Harold Baines have the score now 5-0 in favor of Oakland as we head into the bottom of the third. Leading off the bottom of the third for Kansas City, we'll have Terry Schumpert. Schumpert tonight is... Actually, this is his first time to the plate. 3 of his 5 homers coming against right-handed pitching. Oakland's already almost batted twice. That's kind of what confused me for a minute. Game 3 of the ALCS. Oakland leads the series 2-0. They lead the game 5-0. Game 4 will be Thursday afternoon. Kansas City goes up against the wall if they lose, but they're in a deep hole now. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will wind up. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 40. Schumpert swings through high heat for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. Here's Brian McRae up for the first time. He hit 6 of his 8 home runs against right-handed pitching. Moore looking in at Quirk for the sign. Moore will set. He will wind up. Here comes the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 31. And McRae swings through the high heat for strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning. And here's George Brett. Brett tonight is had a walk his first time up. He got greedy trying to steal home, and that seems to have. And this Kansas City crowd is completely stunned at what they've seen happen already. Moore gets the sign from Quirk. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 4 is going to be a tough 3, and Brett's going to get frozen by a slider on the outside corner for strike 3 as Moore strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals in the bottom of the third. Score is now 5-0 Oakland after 3. We'll get set for the top of the fourth as we'll be looking at the top of Oakland's order due up next. Boddicker looking to forget that horrible third inning, but he's got to do it against the top of Oakland's order. Leading off the top of the fourth, Walt Weiss. He had a walk his first time up. Boddicker looking at it, McFarland for the sign. Boddicker will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 4 is a tough 49, and that's going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting after that one is going to be Pacoda. He'll make the play over to first, and that will be the first out of the inning. Here's Gallego. Gallego is 0 for 2. Can't believe we're already talking about 2s in the fourth inning. Boddicker looking at McFarland for the sign. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 6 is going to be an in-play 97. That's a fly ball into the left field. Gibson gets under that one, making the play on the run. He'll get it for the second out of the inning. And here's Steinbach. Steinbach is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Boddicker will look into McFarland for the sign. He will wind up. Here comes the pitch. 3 is a defense check. Somebody's got to play defense for Kansas City. Where is that ball being hit? That ball is being hit to first base. It's a possible error check. The first baseman is Cromartie. He's going after that. His error rating is a 3. And he's going to make an error. That'll be a one-base error as Steinbach will be safe at first on the E3. A 2-out error by Cromartie will bring the ever-dangerous Jose Canseco up to the batter's box. Canseco today is 1 for 2 with a single. 5-0 Oakland, Game 3 of the ALCS. Magnante warming up, ready to come in if something goes sideways for Boddicker. Boddicker will get the sign from McFarland. He will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 91. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Ranging to his right for that one is going to be Stillwell. He'll make the play, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the error for Oakland. Score remains 5-0 Oakland as we head into the bottom of the fourth. Moore will be looking at the 2, 3, 4 of Kansas City's order coming up, as leading off the bottom of the fourth will be Stillwell. Stillwell today is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging. Yes, swinging his first time up. Moore gets the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 86. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Weiss will get that one. He'll make the play for the first out of the inning without any problems. And here's Tartable. Tartable tonight is 1 for 1 with a single. He's got the lone Kansas City hit tonight. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 9, right? Yes, 9 is in place 7, and against a righty, Tartable will get a hold of that one, and that's going to be a double for Tartable. And here's Kirk Gibson. Gibson tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Stillwell. Well, Gibson actually looking in at Moore, waiting for the pitch. Tartable at second. Tartable, could they try to send him to third? A C3 is a normal chance. They're going to hold Tartable at second. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 3 is an in-play 97. It's a fly ball into right field. Getting after that one is going to be Canseco. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Tartable, I believe that's an F9. Runner on first, on second, advances to third on F8 and F9s. Tartable will not advance to third because his run rating isn't high enough. Here's Cromartie. Cromartie tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Moore looking in at Quirk for the sign. Quirk hoping to dodge trouble from a 1-out double from Tartable. Moore will get the sign. He will set, and here's the pitch. 9 is going to be an in-play 99. That's a fly ball into right field. Once again, we're calling Canseco's name, and so he'll make that catch on the run, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the double for Kansas City, and the score remains 5-0 in favor of Oakland after 4. Stadium groans. Ugh. Top of the 5th coming up, and we will see a pitching change for Kansas City. Mike Boddicker is going to come out of the game. He just didn't have it tonight. Coming in to pitch for the Royals, Mike Magnante. 0-1 with a 2.45 ERA, 55 innings pitched, 55 hits, 3 homers, 23 walks, 42 strikeouts in 91. The Royals need to eat up some innings out of their bullpen. Leading off the top of the 4th is Ricky Henderson. Henderson tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Magnante hoping to help keep the damage under control here. Magnante will get the sign from McFarland. We've got way too many mics floating around tonight. Magnante will set. He will kick, and here's the pitch. 10 is a patient 13, and Henderson is going to find himself on with a leadoff walk as a slider misses away badly, and that will be a leadoff walk for Ricky Henderson. Here's Harold Baines. Baines is 1 for 2 with a 3-run homer tonight. Henderson, a jump of 8 against a hold of 5. They're not going to try to send him, especially not with McFarland behind the plate. The Royals will go to double play depth, though. Magnante gets the sign from McFarland. He will set. Glance over to Henderson at first. Magnante will kick. Here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a tough 68. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Let's see if they turn the double play here. That will be a 7 or less on 2D6. No! Henderson will be thrown out at first. Baines will be thrown out at second, I should say. Baines will make first on the fielder's choice. Here's Dave Henderson. The infield will remain at double play depth. Henderson tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Baines, even less of a threat to do anything on the base pass than Ricky Henderson was. Magnante will look in at McFarland for the sign. Henderson waits for the pitch. Magnante will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. 5 is going to be an in-play 40. And against a lefty, Henderson will get a hold of that one, and that's going to be a base hit. Ball blooped into right field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So Baines will make it to third. Henderson will go to first. There's still 1 out in the inning, and that will force the corners in for Ernest Riles. Riles tonight is 0 for 2. Royals want to try to keep the run from scoring, but they want to leave a chance for a double play up the middle. Magnante will look into McFarland for the sign. Riles will brace for the pitch. He will set. Magnante will kick. Here's the pitch. 9 is a tough 64. And that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Let's see if they turn the double play. If they don't, Baines will score. We need an 8 or less on 2d6. It's a double play. Side retired. Stillwell gets that one. He'll fire it over to Schumpert at second. Schumpert will turn and throw to Cromartie at first. That is a 6-4-3 double play, and the side is retired. Stadium cheers. Yay! Score, however, remains very much a deep hill to climb, a big hill to climb for Kansas City. 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th. As Kansas City will be looking at the middle of their order, due up next. Moore will finish up his warm-up tosses, as stepping into the batter's box is Mike McFarland. McFarland tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Moore looking in at Quirk for the sign. The A's do not want to let Kansas City back into this game. Moore will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 4. That's not going to help. That's ball 4. And McFarland will find himself on base with a leadoff walk. As a slider gets away from Moore, and McFarland reaches with a leadoff walk. Here's Bill Pacoda. Pacoda tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. McFarland tempted to try to steal, but the Royals are probably at a point where they don't really want to be too aggressive on the base paths. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set, and here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 63. That's a ground ball over to third. Getting to that one is going to be Riles. Let's see if they turn the double play. It's going to be 7 or less on 2d6. No! McFarland will be thrown out at second. Pacoda will make first on the fielder's choice. The infield will stay at... I forgot to mention that I was bringing the infield 2 double play depths, but they would have been there. Here's Schumpert. Schumpert struck out swinging his first time up. The infield... The infield will remain at double play depth for this one. Moore gets the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 22. And Schumpert's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That will be the second out of the inning. And here's McRae. McRae tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first time up. Moore trying to get out of the inning with no damage done. Royals hoping to extend the inning. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 12 is a ballpark check. 41 is in play, even to a righty. Switch hitters are batting righty, and McRae's a switch. And that's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that one is going to be Gallego at second. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for Kansas City. Score remains 5-0 Oakland after as many innings. Top of the 6th coming up, and we'll be looking at the bottom of Oakland's order, due up next. Magnante finishes his warm-up tosses, as stepping into the batter's box is Jamie Quirk. Quirk tonight is 0 for 2. He's popped out twice. Magnante hoping to keep this game under control for Kansas City. He will get the sign from McFarland. Here's the set, and here's the pitch. 4 is going to be an in-play 66, or 69, I should say. That's a ground ball over to short. Stillwell will pick that one up easily, ranging slightly to his left. He'll get that one. He'll make the play, and that will be the first out of the inning. And here's Weiss. Weiss is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Magnante gets the ball back. He will look in at McFarland for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. 12 is a wheelhouse check, but an 83 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Once again, Stillwell this time has to range to his right, but he'll make the play all the same for the second out of the inning. And here's Gallego. Gallego is 0 for 3. He's having a pretty rough night. Magnante gets the sign from McFarland. He will set, and here comes the pitch. 9 is going to be a tough 18, and Gallego is going to swing through a curveball for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Athletics in the top of the 6th. Moore pitching a gem tonight, as coming up to lead off the bottom of the 6th for Kansas City will be George Brett, the top of the order. Brett tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk, and he got caught trying to steal the plate in the first. Moore looks into Quirk for the sign. Moore will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 5 is going to be a patient 83. That's a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up, going to his right slightly, is going to be Gallego. He'll make the play for the first out of the inning. And here's Stillwell. Stillwell tonight is 0 for 2. Stillwell waits for the pitch. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 19. And that's going to be ball 4. Stillwell will find himself on as the Heat misses the zone, and that will be a 1-out walk for Stillwell. And here's Tartable. Tartable tonight is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. The ever-dangerous Danny Tartable. The infield will go to double play depth. Stillwell not a threat to do much on the base paths. Moore will turn and deal with Tartable. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 55. And Tartable is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That will be the second out of the inning. And here's Gibson. Gibson tonight is 0 for 2. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Moore looks in at Quirk for the sign. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 10 is going to be a tough 48. And Gibson's going to swing through a slider that's on the inside corner for strike 3. That will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for Kansas City. That is the 7th strikeout for Moore tonight. Score will remain 5-0 Oakland after 6. Top of the 7th coming up, and we'll be looking at the 2, 3, 4 of Oakland's order due up next. We're going to get some activity in the Kansas City bullpen, as Steve Crawford now is going to start warming up for the Royals. Leading off the top of the 7th for Oakland will be Terry Steinbach. He's been on base all 3 times he's been to the plate. 2 for 2 with a single and a double, and he reached on an error in the 4th. Magnante will look in at McFarland for the sign. Magnante will set. Here comes the pitch. Oop. There we go. 10 is going to be a patient 97. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Making the play on the run is going to be Gibson, but make the play he will for the first out of the inning. And here's Canseco. Canseco tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. He was part of the 4-run fourth that currently is our difference, or part of the 4-run third, I should say. The reason we're at 5-0 right now, Oakland. Magnante will get the sign from McFarland. He will set, and here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 84, and against a lefty, Canseco will get a hold of that one, and that will be a base hit. Canseco will reach with a 1-out single. Here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. Infield at double play depth. Canseco not much of a threat to do much on the base paths tonight. 5-0 Oakland. Kauffman Stadium nervous. A mistake here could end up in the seats somewhere. Magnante will look in at McFarland for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is an in-play 34, and that's going to be popped up on the infield. Pacoda ranging slightly to his right into foul territory, but he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Baines. Baines is 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Canseco over at first. A's looking for more. Magnante will get the sign from McFarland. Baines will set for the pitch. Magnante will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is a tough 61. And against a lefty, Baines will get a hold of that one, and that will be a base hit. Let's see what happens on the base paths. Long single into the gap into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Baines will find himself on with a 2-out single, and because of extra base runner advancement, Canseco will actually make it over to third. Here's Dave Henderson. Henderson tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Kauffman Stadium, nervous. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. They need a good pitch to get out of the top of the 7th. Magnante will get the sign from McFarland. Magnante will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is an in-play 53, and it's popped up on the infield. Cromartie ranging to his right for that one. He'll call everybody off, make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the A's aren't able to do anything with it. And now we are at the 7th inning stretch. I will get a little stretching in here in a second. Shoulders always bug me after a workout, but that's not relevant to our game right now. What is relevant is that Kansas City's got the middle of their order coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Leading off for the Royals is Warren Cromartie. Cromartie tonight is 0 for 2. Moore has been dominant tonight. He has been on. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will wind up, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 64, and against a righty, Cromartie will get a hold of that one, and that will be a base hit. What's coming up will be McFarland. McFarland tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Cromartie with just the 3rd hit for Kansas City tonight. Infield will go to double play depth. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 17, and McFarland's going to get frozen by a curveball for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Moore's 8th strikeout tonight. He has been really with it tonight. Here's Pacoda. Pacoda tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Moore looks over to Cromartie at first. He'll turn to deal with Pacoda at the plate. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is a tough 11. And Pacoda's going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Strikeout number 9. Yep, strikeout number 9 for Moore tonight. He has been dominant tonight. Here's Terry Schumpert. Schumpert tonight is 0 for 2. He's struck out twice. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. Royals fans, a little nervous. Moore will kick, and here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 61, and against a righty, Schumpert will get a hold of that one, and that will be a base hit. That'll be a line drive into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base, aka 2, because of 2 outs. Oop, hang on. Let's advance the right runner. Cromartie goes to third. Schumpert with an S8. And now the Royals have runners at the corners with 2 outs. Here's Brian McRae. McRae tonight is 0 for 2. Moore trying to get out of the inning. But he knows he's got a very deep bullpen waiting for him if he falters. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 80. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Dave Henderson ranging in for that one. He'll make the play on the run, and that will be the third out of the inning and retire the side. 2 hits, but the Royals can't do anything with them. Score remains 5-0 Oakland after 7. Top of the 8th coming up, and we'll be looking at the bottom of Oakland's order, along with a new pitcher for Kansas City. Magnante is going to come out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Royals will be Steve Crawford. 3-2 with a 5.98 ERA, 46 2/3 innings pitched. 60 hits, 3 homers, 18 walks, 38 strikeouts in 91. He will be charged with the bottom of the Oakland order. Leading off the top of the 8th is Ernest Riles. Riles today is 0 for 1. He's heading to the lone Oakland double play tonight. Crawford will get the sign from McFarland. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 17. Riles is going to get frozen by the heat for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. Here's Jamie Quirk. Quirk tonight is 0 for 3. He's not had a good night at the plate. Crawford will look into McFarland for the sign. Crawford will set. Here's the pitch. 3 is a wheelhouse 31. And against a righty, Quirk will get a hold of that one, and that will be a base hit. He'll get that out of the infield. The Royals will go to double play depth. Here's Weiss. Weiss tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Crawford trying to get the Royals out of the inning. He will get the sign from McFarland. Crawford will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 67. It's a ground ball over to second. Schumpert will get to that one, but we need to see if it's a double play. It will be a 7 or less on 2D6. Side retired. Schumpert gets that one. He'll step on the bag himself, throw it over to Cromartie at first, and that will be a G4-3 double play. And the side is retired with no trouble. 1, 2, 3 go the A's in the top of the 8th. Moore will finish up his warm-up tosses as he's looking at the top of the Kansas City order. Leading off the bottom of the 8th is George Brett. Brett tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will wind up. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 8, and that's going to be ball 4. Brett will get on with a leadoff walk as a slider misses the zone. And here's Stillwell. Stillwell tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Infield will go to double play depth. Brett is a jump of 2 against a hold of 8. They're going to hold him at the Royals are going to hold him at first. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 0-0. So we're going to have a rare play with men on. Let's see. Runners on base tough. There should be one more. Here we go. Runners on base tough. Okay, so it actually goes like this. That's an 11, and at the 7th inning or later, this is the 8th inning. The strike zone has become increasingly larger each inning. All tough results for both teams are automatic strikeouts for the remainder of the game. And there is, okay, there's something about 6th inning or earlier, but it's the 8th inning. Okay, so I think we roll again to resolve the at-bat. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to need to look that up anyway, but I do need to change my battery. I think what I've been doing for the replay is I've been re-rolling the entire at-bat after a rare play. So now that we know that all tough ratings are automatic strikeouts for both teams, now we roll again. 5 is going to be a patient 40. And against a righty, Stillwell will get a hold of that one. He'll take that into the gap, and that's going to be a double. Line drive into the alley in center field, and all runners are going to score. So that'll be so the Royals will finally get on the board. As Brett will come in to score, Stillwell will end up at second on a stand-up double, and the Royals will finally get on the board, breaking a shutout from Mike Moore. Right. We are going to get some activity in the Oakland bullpen here, as who are they going to start warming up? They're going to go to Oakland is not going to get cute here. They want to get this series over with. They're going to start Dennis Eckersley warming up. Here is the ever-dangerous Danny Tartabull. Tartabull tonight, though, has been pretty, well, I was going to say he's been pretty quiet, but he's actually 2 for 3 with a single and a double. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is a tough, well, that doesn't even matter. The only thing that'll matter is that Tartabull is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning. Because remember, thanks to the rare play, all tough results are now strikeouts. Here's Gibson. Gibson tonight is 0 for 3. That is actually strikeout number, I believe, 10 for Moore. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 10 strikeouts for Moore tonight. As I keep dropping dice. Gibson will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is a tough, once again, that'll be an automatic strikeout. Another swinging strike 3 for Gibson as the slider gets in there for strike 3. That'll be the second out of the inning and number 11 for Moore tonight. Here's Cromartie. Cromartie tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Moore trying to get out of the inning. Stillwell at second. 5-1 Oakland, Game 3 of the ALCS. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is a tough, well, that's another strikeout, as that'll be a swinging strike 3 on another heater, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit and a walk, and the score is now 5-1 in favor of Oakland after 8. We'll get ready for the top of the 9th, where we'll see the top of Oakland's order come back to the plate. Crawford finishes up his warm-up tosses, as leading off the top of the 9th is going to be Mike Gallego. Gallego tonight is 0 for 4. He's struck out 3 times. Crawford will get the sign from McFarland. Kauffman Stadium is stunned at what they're seeing here. The Royals that came here, that brought Toronto here and beat them 2 straight, are now in danger of going down 0-3 to Oakland in this series. Crawford will get the sign from McFarland. Crawford will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 85, and Gallego is going to swing through a slider for strike 3. That will be the first out of the inning. Here's Steinbach. Steinbach is 2 for 4 with a single and a double, and he reached on an error back in the 4th. Crawford will get the sign from McFarland. McFarland will set. Crawford will set as well. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 86, and that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Stillwell will pick that one up, ranging to his right. He'll fire over to Cromartie at first, and that's the second out of the inning. And here's Canseco. Canseco tonight is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Crawford gets the sign from McFarland. Crawford will set. Here's the kick. And here's the pitch. 10 is a patient 68. And Crawford's actually going to plunk Canseco. Ouch. And Canseco will find himself at first on the first hit batter, I think, of the replay. Here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. Crawford hoping to not have any damage in this inning. Crawford will look into McFarland for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is an in-play 77. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one on the run is McRae. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the hit batter for Oakland, but they can't do anything with it. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Moore will finish up his warm-up tosses as he's looking at the middle of Kansas City's order. Leading off the bottom of the 9th is Mike McFarland. McFarland tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Oakland is going to try to go for a complete game out of Moore. Eckersley still tossing in the bullpen in case things go sideways. McFarland waits for the pitch. Kauffman Stadium on their feet. They know the Royals need all the help they can get to get back in this series. But one of the most devastating, if the Royals try and start getting close, one of the most devastating closers in the game is waiting for them. Moore will look into Quirk for the sign. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 21, and against a righty, McFarland will get a hold of that one, and that will be a leadoff base hit for Kansas City. The infield will go to double play depth. And here's Pacoda. Pacoda tonight is 0 for 3. Tempting to try to steal, but the Royals need base runners too badly. Bunt is also out of the question for the same reason. Moore will look in at Quirk for the sign. Infield at double play depth. Kauffman Stadium buzzing. Moore will kick, and here's the pitch. 7 is a patient 83, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Dave Henderson will come in for that one slightly, but he'll have plenty of room before the infield, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Terry Schumpert. Schumpert tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Kansas City trying to extend this game. Oakland would like to come back here with Kansas City against the wall in Game 4 on Thursday. Moore will get the sign from Quirk. He will set. Look over to McFarland. Moore will turn back to the plate. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 20. That would be a strikeout anyway. Schumpert's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3, and that will be the second out of the inning. That will make Moore's 13th strikeout tonight. Wow, he has been dominant tonight. And the last chance for the Royals comes down to McRae. McRae tonight is 0 for 3. Oakland 1 out away from complete command of this ALCS. Kansas City needs some serious ninth inning magic to extend it. Moore will look into Quirk for the sign. He'll look over to McFarland at first. Moore will set. I will keep dropping dice to build the suspense. Kauffman Stadium hoping for a good hit. They know down 0-3 to Oakland is probably all but a death sentence. Moore will kick. Here is the pitch. 6 is a tough 83, and that's a swinging strike 3 as McRae will swing through a changeup for strike 3. That's your game. The Oakland Athletics take a 3-0 lead in the ALCS behind a brilliant performance by Mike Moore as the Athletics win this one by a score of 5-1. Stadium groans. Ugh. Final line score coming up. That was a start. For the Athletics, 5 runs on 10 hits and no errors. For the Royals, 1 run on 5 hits and 1 error. Mike Moore is going to pick up the win. Mike Boddicker is going to pick up the loss. And Mike Moore, definitely the MVP of this one, with 9 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, and 1 earned run, 4 walks, 14 strikeouts, by far the most I've had in this replay yet. Oakland takes a commanding 3-0 lead in the ALCS. Game 4 will be on Thursday afternoon, where Kansas City will be facing elimination. We're not quite done in this video yet, though, because I just got a pair of deliveries in earlier tonight, so we're going to go ahead and crack those open once I get all this cleaned up. I just got this pair of deliveries in from Amazon earlier tonight. The first one has been spoiled a little bit because it's in the original packaging, but as we can see, it's the giant book of Cyberpunk battle maps supposedly for use with Cyberpunk Red by Loke Battle Mats. So we can see that the wipe clean matte pages, so I wonder if these are all dry erase pages. They must be. Let's crack this open and see what we actually got in here. I don't want to mark these up until I'm sure what they are, but what I'm looking for, you might have seen, it might have been in a product unboxing a while back, but I actually do have an RPG book called 5 Parsecs from Home. I was meaning to get the stuff, get some stuff to start playing that, because I need a set of maps and a set of standees to go with it, but I haven't been able to find either yet, so I'm actually starting to work on that now. We've got a normal grid here, and ooh, let me move this mailer out of the way for a second. We'll bring the maps a little bit more in center stage, but yeah, I'm liking the look of this. Actually, let me grab a dry erase marker, because I think they are supposed to be dry erase. So let's find out what the story is with these. Just to do a little quick test. Alright. Because it's saying they're wipe off. So I'm assuming that means dry erase, and oh yeah, those are dry erase, so very cool. We got a whole bunch of dry erase markers here just off shot. We're not going to thumb through every map, but actually, was there a preview of all of them, or actually, this might be a look at all of them right here on the back, so very cool. So let's bring the mailer back in shot, and we'll see what we've got in here. It's very weirdly shaped, but I know at least one of the things I know what's got to be causing that weird shape. Sure enough, we've got another pack of sleeves. Very mundane, but I've got a few sleeving projects that I'm going to need to look into, so I definitely need more sleeves for that. And in here, related to that, we've got the Spacefarers standees from Arknight. So to go along with the maps, I needed a set of standees I needed a set of figures of some kind. I'm going with these cheap plastic standees for that. So these will be used on the map of the battle mats. I was hoping for a little more traditional sci-fi battle mats, but I think these will work nicely for what we're going for. But that will do it for this video of Payoff Pitch Baseball. Oakland now takes a 3-0 lead into Game 4 on Thursday, where the Royals are going to be up against the wall with a blindfold and a cigarette. Before that, though, we'll have Game 3 of the NLCS between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Los Angeles Dodgers, as that series shifts to Los Angeles. And then as far as what else is up on the channel, Wednesday we're playing Star Realms. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will start out of the Star Wars official Galaxy's Edge Black Spire Outpost cookbook with the appetizer, Cat's Kettle Corn. And Sunday we're going to be playing game number 6 on my Tack Up Wargaming list as we play Space Empires 4X from GMT Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.